You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and white sports fans, we are roughly somewhere along the lines of 90 weeks of 2 weeks to slow the spread. Yes, folks, it's been almost 2 years to slow the spread for 2 weeks. And we have seen the sports world do a bunch of crazy things. We've actually seen, these crazy mandates in the People's Republic of New York, where Kyrie Irving, who plays for the Nets, can't even go into his own home arena because he has not gotten the jab. However, if you are a visiting player from another team, you can actually enter that building because apparently, guys, because of some of these mandates, apparently if you're a home unvaccinated player, you can get the virus. But if you are a visiting unvaccinated player, I guess the virus will just skip and jump you. This is some of the crazy stuff, some of the crazy mandates that are out there. And they're trying to destroy sports. Now, in the case of the Nets, they're a contender. But Kyrie Irving, when it comes to the playoffs, he'll only be able to play in road games. Well, guys, we got another story here. And this concerns basically high school football because the CDC, 2 years into the virus now, they have come up with something completely insane that I don't think any school is probably going to be implementing this. Check this out, guys. CDC recommends nearly all schools cancel football and ban. Yes, folks, in 2022, the virus has been around since late 2019. The pandemic roughly started somewhere around March or something like that. That's when they told you, go home, don't come out. 2 weeks to slow the spread. So 2 years later, the CDC is now recommending, because of the Omicron variant, to cancel football. This is insane, guys. Check this out. It says here, the CDC recently released guidance advising schools to cancel high-risk sports and extracurricular activities or hold them virtually due to a spike in COVID-19 cases. This includes football, wrestling, and band. As part of its guidance last updated on January 13, the CDC advised schools to cancel or hold high-risk sports and extracurricular activities virtually anytime a community has a high COVID-19 transmission rate. Well, guys, that's pretty much, all across America. They want to get rid of all this stuff. Now, guys, I was actually in band. I was in high school band, middle school band, and in college band. You cannot, and I'm going to repeat this, you cannot hold band practice virtually. You just can't do it. It's impossible, including football too. And guys, we're talking about K through 12. What do we have going on right now? We have the NFL playoffs going on right now, and we know that the NFL, you're going to have 80, 90,000 people at games. It's the CDC saying we need to cancel the NFL playoffs. But they want to cancel high school football. For kids, if they get the virus, and we know how the virus works with kids, it's not nearly as bad as if they were adults. It goes on. The CDC gives football and wrestling as examples of high-risk sports and says that high-risk extracurricular activities are those in which increased inhalation occurs, such as activities that involve singing, shouting, band, or exercise, especially when conducted indoors. Now, guys, check this out. When it comes to football, high school football is not played indoors. Maybe some of them do, but the vast majority of them actually play outside. So what is the CDC getting at that? The guidance links to the CDC map that indicates more than 99% of the U.S. counties are currently experiencing high transmission. So they want everything canceled. Every single thing they want canceled. But check this out, guys. Over here on CNN, CDC suggestion to cancel football ban in nearly every U.S. school called unrealistic. And this is actually coming from an advisor to the CDC. It says here, if scientists at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention had their way to curb the spread of COVID-19 right now, nearly every U.S. school would cancel football, wrestling, band, and loads of other mainstay school activities. In another piece of guidance, the CDC tells people who've recovered from COVID-19 that they can leave their homes after 5 days. And while they are out and about for the next 5 days, they should avoid being around more than 80% of the U.S. public. Dr. William Schaffner, an advisor to the CDC for 4 decades, said it's unlikely, unreasonable, and unrealistic to think Americans will follow either of the agency's suggestions. This man is an advisor to the CDC for 40 years, and he's saying none of this is realistic at all. But the CDC wants to cancel school activities for students, high school students. Think about this. This is just completely insane. Now, guys, we've been watching the NFL playoffs. We've been covering it here on this channel. Have you heard about any major outbreaks at NFL games? Have you heard about any major outbreaks at NBA games? Now, NBA games are all inside. A lot of NFL games actually played outside. So when it comes to the NBA, are we hearing about a large transmission of cases with the players and especially, the fans in the stands? Because one thing nobody's talking about, we have heard nothing about fans at NBA games coming down with the virus. And NBA games have how many people? 18, 19,000 people all packed in with like sardines. There's no social distancing at all. And for the most part, nobody's wearing a mask. This is insane, man. I believe, folks, man, this is all about control. I really do. So now the CDC is trying to destroy high school sports, high school band, and I don't like this one bit. I really, really do not like this one bit. Because in order to be good at your craft, you need to practice. You have to do it. Whether it's football, whether it's band, you need to do that. And the CDC is trying to take this away from our kids. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.